It's a good day to print. So this is normally when we would do mostly walking. Lee has one of the many viruses that's floating around America lately. I don't know if this is true in other countries, but all of my American friends have been on and off sick since like November, including me. So Lee's finally got a bug, and I just made the executive decision to play some blueprints because any excuse to play it at this point is what I would take. Now, we're on day 77 from Heaven to Heaven, and we have two high-level goals. First high-level goal, get the freezer next to the furnace. That's the big high-level goal. Get the freezer next to the furnace, get the freezer next to the furnace. Second high-level goal, graduate. Oh, sorry, my audio's turned down. Turn that up. Well, let's do our usual. Excuse me. Yes, for those of you who are curious, Year of RTS is still on. We're doing Spellforce 3 Reforced this week. The week after that, I'm doing an Age of Empires 2 show match where I'm in the team of 7 against the greatest player around right now. You know, I haven't been in the tomb in a long time. I'm going to open up the tomb today, and I'm going to go down there later, alligator. Some of my other goals include... Oh, what a beautiful track I haven't heard in a long time. Some of my other goals just literally include re-going through the house again and again and getting re-reminded of stuff. Because really, let's see here. So, draft room in each open slot, did that. We haven't created all the workshop contraptions. We have 7 of the 8. I don't know what the drafting strategy sweepstakes is. Unlock all 8 realm sigils. This is a big one. I gotta re-remember the things. If I take a look at a sigil, I'll be able to tell you what they are. I'll be able to summon that knowledge. This, and this, and this, I'm not doing. None of these 4 I'm doing. Buy out the entire showroom. I might be able to. Ace the classroom final. Complete the trophy case. Complete the Mount Holly directory. 106 of 110. Oh, that's interesting. Because if I look through this, we've obviously seen Route 46. This implies that there are some missing things. So there are 4 that are missing. Look at that. So I think we have all the bedrooms. There's going to be all the regular blue rooms. God, every time I play this game, I notice something else. I don't think we've even used the planetarium yet. Gonna want to do that. Now, there is a broader goal, which is all of the keys. The 8 keys that connect to the 8 sigils underneath. Why not get some gems? And that should trigger this. And I'll go down to the tomb later in my run. Be a fun little reward deeper in. Dude, I love this game so much. I mean... I'll do it then just once. Where's Day9 with regard to the chess puzzle? Nut Meat, first of all, amazing name. Really good. Spectacular title. Storeroom, why not? Another 5 downstairs. So we just solved the chess puzzle a long time ago. The chess puzzle, now, there could be multiple chess puzzles. So what I'll do is I'll tell you about the one chess puzzle I think you're referring to, which is underneath there is a chessboard, and you look for various chess pieces around. So for instance, there's always a pawn in the den, right there. There is always a rook in the nook. There's always a bishop in the chapel. There's always a queen in the study. There's always a king in the office, and so on and so forth. And so, once you have all 6 pieces, king, is it 6? King, queen, bishop, knight, rook, pawn, yeah. You place them on the corresponding tiles where the room is, and you get to choose a power-up. I've kept the armory for a long time. Always choosing a parlor puzzle. Oh my god, I'm home. Dude, I don't even care. I just love doing parlor puzzles. And you know, I was thinking of a metaphor to describe my love of blueprints, which is, if I think about how my friends who've played World of Warcraft their whole lives talk about that game, what would happen is they would just log in, and just wandering through the world, existing, doing stuff, felt deeply pleasant. It was really fun to cast abilities and to kill enemies and to collect some gold. It was fun to unlock that next little pip of progress, to level up or to do a quest or to go somewhere new. Like, the being in it was the fun part, which then led to other fun, rich experiences like joining clans and doing raids and so on and so forth. This is kind of how I feel about blueprints. Like, yes, there are puzzles that are like, go through a bunch of steps and get to the puzzle, but the going through the steps, like assembling these rooms and managing these resources, and just being around this aesthetic and this mystery, I just feel so happy. I can't even tell you how happy this game makes me feel, just to be in it. And to try to rack my brain to remember things just feels, I'm like moved by this game at a profound level. And Recon X146, mwah, for the gifted 5. And Jeremy Raymer, good to see you here. Also, don't think I don't clock you posting on Reddit. I see you in those RTS subreddits. The gems are in a box with 2 statements. That is true. Now, the gems are in the blue box. The blue box has at least 1 true statement. The white box has at least 1 true statement. Ooh, yeah! Radiating Shark. Oh, Jeremy Raymer. I saw some of those, but I believe you also have posted in StarCraft and our real-time strategy. And the reason I immediately clock you is that instead of just showing a generic symbol, like, it shows your photograph right in there. And I'm like, this man's just putting his whole full name and his face in there. I respect this so much. Because, you know, there's people whose name is just like Clown Looker 47, and they just like post a weird comment, and you go through history and it's just weird trolls. You know, it's just like they're hiding behind their goof ass name. But you, no, Jeremy Raymer, you're all about it. I like Clown Looker. My brain did a good job with that. Let me solve this. The blue box has at least 1 true statement. The white box has at least 1 true statement. And here's one of my favorite things. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only true statements. There will always be at least 1 box which displays only false statements. And I think that's really, really essential. So it's a fully true box and a fully false box. So the gems are in the blue box. Let's assume this is fully false. Okay, let's assume this is a fully false box. The gems are in a box with 2 true statements. That is true. So then, if this were false, then we have a branch. You know what? I actually don't like going through that. I don't get as much information. Let's do it this way. The blue box has at least one true statement, and the white box has at least one true statement. So let's assume this is a fully true box. Then this is fully true. Right? Which would mean this is fully false. The gems are in the blue box. This would have to be fully true if this is fully true, right? Because this just literally says the white box has at least one true statement. Boom. But then we get a contradiction. Because if both of these are true, then this has to be a fully false box. The gems are in a box with two statements. That is true. So the gems are in a box with two statements. That's false. That's true. That's false. So this means, if this is a fully false box, it's the only box it could be in, but we said this is a true box. That's the contradiction. So we know this can't be a fully true box. Now, we have to consider it being fully false and split. What if this is fully false? The white box has at least one true statement. Nope. The blue box has at least one true statement. Nope. So if this is fully false, then we hit another contradiction, right? If this box is fully false, the white box has at least one true statement. So this has to be false. So now we have two boxes that are fully false, which means this would have to be fully true. But notice this top statement says the blue box has at least one true statement. So if this is false, then it has to have no true statements. But that would make all three fully false. So that's also another contradiction. Jocko says, wouldn't Black's comment make three not false? You need to be more specific with that question because I don't quite understand what noun and verb and box is being referred to. But if this is a fully false box, then all the other boxes have to be false. And it's kind of simple to see. If this box is fully false, then the top statement is false. The blue box has at least one true statement. No. It has zero true statements, which would make it fully false. The white box has at least one true statement. There's nothing true on there. It's fully false. Immediately, they're all fully false. So this is a split box. So let's consider the bottom statement being true and the top being false. The white box has at least one true statement. If that's true, then this is a fully false box. The gems are in a box with two statements. That's true. Now that leads to a contradiction. Because if this is the split box, the white box has at least one true statement, boom, this is fully true. Which immediately means this has to be fully false. And if this is fully false, I know I sound fucking crazy. If this is fully false, the gems are in a box with two statements. Then that contradicts this, which we already established is fully true. So that leads to a contradiction. So therefore, what's happening is the white box has at least one true statement. That's false. The blue box has at least one true statement. That's true. The white box has at least... The white box... The gems are in the blue box. No. The gems are not in the blue box. The gems are in the blue box. No, they are not. This is true. The gems... But then this has to be fully true. Gems are in the blue box, false. Gems are in a box with two statements, that is true. Can't be in this one, so it has to be in this one. Now, you know, there's a different approach to thinking about these kinds of puzzles, and here's one. This makes no statements about the gem. this makes a statement about a gem, and this makes a statement about the gem. So you can do things where you say, oh, well, if the gems are in the blue box, well, this is false. If this is false, and this says the gems are in the blue box, or the gems are in a box with two statements, that's true. Like, there's a number of ways where you can just kind of ignore certain details and just go, well, it would be kind of unsolvable otherwise, so I guess it has to be here, so there you go. And as an example, imagine you have 3 boxes. Let's just imagine one of them says the gems are in the white box, and there's no other information referencing gems being anywhere else. You can just assume the gems are in the white box and ignore everything else, because it wouldn't be possible to narrow it down otherwise. Tough Daddy said, imagine getting that wrong. It's hard to, because I'm better at this game than you'll ever be good at anything in your entire life. That's right. I'm gonna big time you about a parlor game and a video game. Boom! I can't even wrap my head around being wrong in that room, huh? That's right. Kapow! Kapow, kapow, kapow! And the reason I said that is because literally when I opened that box, my heart dropped, and I was like, if I'm wrong, I'm gonna be so fucking upset! I didn't just imagine it, I was in that moment, and you actually saw into my soul. So that's why I'm lashing out at you. Forgive me for being a clown-ass man. Alright, so let's... Do I really care? Do I even care? It's up to Isis forgiven, thank you. I appreciate that. I just don't like shit talk. I just think it's low skill a lot of the time. And I don't like that it's joy at someone else's expense. So there's another thing that I'm keenly aware of, which is that if we can potentially light candles. Oh, you bastard. I'll just do this. If we can potentially get something to light candles, I haven't been to the tomb with a candle lighter yet. That's something I didn't even think about until I opened up that thing. Renegade Shroom says, I'm so glad you're the one playing this game Day9 and not me, because even with you talking through the logic out loud, each parlor puzzle hurts my head. You know, here's the thing. Here's the thing. I kind of think that 99% of intelligence, and I put the quotes because, you know, it's both being smart but also being perceived as smart, you know, all those kinds of things. I think 99% of it is just patience and slowing down. That's it. Like, I love math. I really love math. I majored in math. I watch math videos. I keep up with math news. I love math. And I was not especially good intuitively at math. It's not like math just came to me and I was able to just gack out a solution in 20 seconds if I saw a problem I hadn't seen before. I really had to slow down and really understand and just go slowly through it. And it turns out, I mean, that's it. Oh, so we can get a furnace today. So the fact that we can get a furnace today means that we're looking aggressively for the freezer. And also, there's another thing I'm curious about, too, which is spread 5 in the tomb, but this is spread throughout the house. I don't know if the tomb counts as house in the room. We'll see. It's easy enough to test. Let's test it. So I'm going to open this here. Nope, it actually is spreading in the tomb. Is there anything we want to do here? Garage is on, dark room is on, gymnasium off, right? Oh, it does spread in there. Oh, I just needed to leave the room. Okay. Observatory will curl down and the passageway can let me loop up, so I think that's fine. Dead ends cause mine to spread into the tomb. This was an insane find. The fact that you can actually open up that little latch there and there's something in there. I mean, that's so cool. Yeah, I feel like anything that I've ever been successful at is just something that I put in a lot of time into. Laboratory. Sure. Tesseract Gaming, I love you too. Happy 95, and thank you enormously for the support. Thank you so much. Psychedelic Cheeseburger says, how did you discover that thing hidden in the telescope? That seems so secretive. You can get letters sent to the mailroom that give you information. Let's eat some apples and eat some chess, baby. Swang! But anything I've ever been good at is it's just literally time and patience. You know how I got good at StarCraft? I just played it a lot, and lost a lot, and was like, that sucks, and just kept playing a lot. I think... How'd I get good at talking? I just practiced it a lot. And now I'm better at talking than pretty much everything else in my life. But Sean, you're not that great at talking. Yeah. Hi. Offline mode. I haven't used the synergy in a while. See, this is what I really want to do, is I want to melt the freezer. I think I actually makey a mistakey. Oh yeah, there's 3 courtyards in my shit. Yeah, why not? Beef says, how do you practice talking? Talking in a mirror? Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'll say things out loud to myself, and I'll go, how do I think that sounded? Bad? Alright. Well. Let's try that again. Do a recording. Watch it. Ooh, cupcakes. Delicious. Yeah, I mean, it's just a lot of rehearsing. Rehearsing. This lets me go north. We go north. Oh, I want that plushie. What's this? The shrine? The shrine? The shrine? The shrine. The shrine. The shrine? The pizza. The pizza. Oh, yeah. Yeah, Jeremy, to your question, fundraising psychologically feels identical to streaming. Feels absolutely identical. Good skill set transference, for sure. Hey, the first key I've used. Look at that. Billiards? We got puzzles and billiards. I knew it. All right. So this is blue, purple, blue, yellow, pink, purple. That's right. So this is +7 times 2 is 14. I'm going to chew and compute. So I think the big thing is I want to get a furnace, like, along one of these tiles. I think that's just literally what we do. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay. So if I do this... I think I'm not gonna do it. I think that I need to work my way around. And in fact, I'm gonna do that. Was Parlor Room fun today? It was amazing. Okay. I guess this. Let's see what we have over here. Hi, Sheriff. Okay, this is a good one to get. This is a really good one to get. If we get the freezer now, we can just lock it. Hi. Oh, goodness. Goodness me. Okay, fine. Jesus. Yeah. Relax, that's pizza. Who doesn't love pizza, Sheriff? I know you love pizza. When she was a kitten, she used to steal the cheese off the pizza. She'd run away like a little psychopath going, "Rrr, rrr, 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 rrr." Oh, beautiful. I love you. Stonks. Silver key. Oh, God. I found it so hard to just see this thing last time. Oh, Jesus. Turn on the boiler later. Leads to a passage with a room with many doors. Okay, so I already turned this off. So that means when I walk into this, it does nothing to me. Great synergy. Oh my god, you are just so happy to be up here, aren't you? My god, it's just like purring like an absolute psycho.
Okay, I love you.
She knows when I'm here and I'm talking that probably my hands are free, so she can come in. Okay. Courtyard. An old shoe. Turnip, good. Yeah, hi. Oh my god, yeah, hi, sweetie pie. Look, she is really trying to get me to cross my legs so she can lie down, but I don't think I have enough room for her right now. Sure, Kia's fine. Doesn't really matter. March of the Count. Alright, let's go ahead and spread some gold. I'm going to mute and eat. Yes, I know. Now, if this is a freezer... Okay. This is good. This is really good. Because now what I can do is I can pull the red room... and we can try to get... Shit. Yeah. Yeah, hi, sweetheart. Don't try to sit down. All right, fine. Fine. Patch M86, I got extremely upset about the difficulty of puzzles in a specific room. Tell me yes or no. Was it the gallery? Did you see my stream of the gallery, Patch M? Did you see my stream of it? One shot at it in about an hour. With no help. Just sat there and stared at it. It's one of my greatest gaming achievements. All right. All right. I think we positioned the cat and the pizza properly. Ouch. Oh, that hurts. Oh, get in there. So, in America, there is a magazine called Highlights for Kids. And I loved that magazine. And it had a lot of gallery-style puzzles in it. Like a lot. This is what we want. This is it. There's not a lot of rooms to work with, but that's okay. Really happy with this solve. Ow, Share Bear. Only like those for the find the difference puzzle. Yeah. There is but so much to know. I think this is fine. We're gonna have a couple chances at this. We want the armory, because then we have the chance to get the candle. Oh, dude, yes! May as well. Okay, so this won't work. We can't really arrange things in the way we want in this quadrant. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get the commissary. I'm going to buy some food, if they have it. Okay. And then we're going to try to get the conservatory. That's kind of funny. But I'm going to redraw like crazy in this area. Because the thing is that, like, I need the ability to get mobility through the spot. So I'm going to use this to go in there. Dig up this. Yep. Choose plan. I guess I'll just leave that one alone. What a pull. I always plan for the pull. Common Furnace is going to be fun in future runs. It's going to suck. Always let your cat smell your food. It'll make them really happy. Alright. So I'm gonna go... Oh yeah, I gotta go all the way around. Always let your cat smell your food, not your poo. That would be... That'd be horrible. Don't know what I'm going to do with all this. Maybe some dirigiblocks. Siege Rabbit says, was fully expecting both the freezer and furnace to be able to be molded. Okay. Ow, 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 goodbye. I love you. Oh, okay, what direction am I even facing? Still playing without notes. Have not taken notes once in my life. 110, is that right? So you don't need notes. Like, look at this. I looked at the map once and navigated around. I can remember 10 things. Come on. And that's all there is to actually know in the game, if we're being honest. So I want to try to... First, I want to try to get this room to be a furnace. I don't think we ever got... I don't think we got the Mechanarium key. I don't think I got the Mechanarium key. I'll want to double check that. Oh my god! Oh my god. 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 That feels so good. Oh my god. The sigil in my heart has been solved. Gateway opened, if you know what I mean. Let me tell you. That was incredible. Simon, I had wished for you to read this letter upon first arriving in Mount Holly, but I couldn't risk the contents of these pages falling into unsympathetic hands. So I froze him and put him on the top of a freezer that someone could easily melt right there. Alright. My personal freezer should prove quite the safe box, as all of the staff have for many years respected my wishes that it remain shut and untampered. My favorite snacks were also stored here. But in addition to these delicious treats, it has also, for the last 20 years, stored many a cryptic message and ciphered note. This nondescript cooler is, in fact, a dubious frozen postbox of chilled secrets. Alright. I poured water all over myself. Have you heard of the Children of Blackwater? Perhaps this is... Okay, I'm gonna assume that this is a reference to the former, Orinda Ares. I have no idea how forthcoming your father has been about the details surrounding your mother's final chapter, or the role he thinks I played in that end. I have always denied involvement. To him, to the detectives, to the Crown, and now to you as well. But I can honestly say I had nothing to do with her disappearance. But honestly, can I say... Fuck! I'm having trouble reading because I'm so excited. But can I honestly say I had nothing to do with her disappearance? And yes, I speak of disappearance, not death. For I, too, cling to the hope that our fears are unfounded, and have occasionally, from time to time, caught fragments of information that bolster this belief. Fragments of information that have cost me plenty, for our country is never short of opportunists and blackmailers. Still, as I am now dead, I don't want this knowledge to be buried with me, even if that means passing the burden of these fragments onto you, even if that information may weigh even heavier on your head than the crown involved. Unfortunately, this information is a little too precious to entrust entirely to this freezer, as I'm not too confident that the sanctity of my snacks will extend beyond my life. I've always found it best to use multiple baskets when it comes to incriminating eggs, a lesson I recently learned again when a member of my staff betrayed my confidence. And I assume that this is in reference to the note that's in the car of the garage. I've placed 8 red envelopes in 8 even more secure locations throughout the estate, and left a hidden message for you among the art that hangs in almost every room in this house. This message is the key to unlocking these secrets, but you must be open in your interpretation. The message itself harbors multiple double meanings and hidden entendres. One final word of guidance. The safe combinations you are seeking will not be found in writing on the estate. So I hope you haven't been wasting too much time jotting down random invoice numbers and dates, only by deciphering the many meanings of the 44-character message. Can you hope to unlock its many mysteries? The many meanings of the 44-character message. If we count small gates, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. Okay. If we count small gates, comma, 8 dates, crack 8 safes. This is the best game of all time. Oh. Oh. The network servers are finally out of cold storage, or at least as many as we could fit in the surrounding walls of the grotto off the East Drive. The last few days have been very busy, but I'm glad I was able to take a short break from gardening to help Randolph install the network. It was, after all, the least he could do, since it was I who suggested the final location. We decided that we are going to store the 2 unused servers here in Mount Holly's freezer. They should serve as readily accessible replacements should any of the primary consoles fail. Danny Ravane. Admin key. Ravad? Ravad? I assume it's D. Ravad? Oh my god! We have the access to the grotto. This has to be Ravad. And spelled backwards, it's Daver. Oh my god, Daver the gamer. This guy really did eat all his fucking snacks, didn't he? He horked that shit down. I mean, that's at least a little bit humiliating, you have to know. Where he's like in here, where he's just like, my favorite snacks are also stored here, but there's information I need to pass on to you after I die, the burden that will befall you, Simon. And he's like going in there in his last days, and he's like eating his last choco pie, and he's like, he doesn't need the snacks to solve the mystery. He's like horking that shit down. Simon, the choco pie is actually, it would probably be a red herring. I'll just eat the choco pie. It'll be fine. So first of all, holy shit. So now we get to go down and do Daver. You do Ravad. What are the other things that we want to do now? So we want to go to the tomb. We want to go to Revad. I also want to go to the antechamber. Let me see if I remember the poem. It's 1 here on the final rank. 2 is in the vault of a bank. There's high above the clocks. There's down by the docks. I think I actually did the clocks one. Then there's a king with the throne. Yeah, the 7th is major, drafted quite late. The 8th is the Mechanicus key. It's 5 and 6 that I don't remember. I shouldn't say I don't remember. I don't know where they go. It's not especially useful. $11.28. Oh man. This game's beautiful. What are my special keys? Just use a regular key. Alright, Share Bear. May as well. Apple time. Picking this up because there's nothing else to do. Sheriff Meow. So is there an end to this game? Yeah. And you know, let me just show you. Just do this real quick. Meow. It really, it doesn't fit. We're serious. Blessed speed of courtyards. Meow, meow, this is the sheriff. Meow, meow. So let's see here. That was from Heaven's Devil. So, I don't know how much of Blueprints you've played. If you have not played Blueprints, hear you me, this is the biggest spoiler you will ever see. But let me explain Heaven's Devils. So, in the game, you are told that you are trying to... It opens by saying, you must find the mysterious 46th room in the 45-room estate of the Baron Herbert Sinclair. And so, you eventually get to that room through the following. You have to do a whole bunch of series of things, and you wind up getting to the point where you can finally open this door to the 46th room. And I'll show you because we're doing it right now. You find that there's this entire underground area beneath the manor. And when you crank this lever, you'll see that this room this is that door. So now room 46 is right up here. But observe that there are these 8 links out here. Or these 8 doors. Where do these go? What are these about? Well, when you get to the 46th room, it says that there are 8 super secret, ultra mega giga hidden keys. And as you find them, the following occurs. You wind up finding this sigil. And this sigil has all these different elements to it. And what you have to do is understand how to arrange the sigil in order to match the certain properties of, well, I should note, this thing in the middle, this mountain, this is the symbol for a country called Arch Ares. And Arch Ares has a yellow flag. And it's a mountainous region with storms. And based upon what all these symbols mean, this describes what kind of society that it is. That's what these symbols are. So this is the symbol for a tribal society. The arrangement of the tines. Means different things. And so what happens is, if you can learn enough about the society and the culture, and basically the politics of the world, you start to understand what these sigils mean, so you can understand what the sigil of each nation is. And when you get it correct, it starts opening gateways to other lands. So, like, for instance, I don't know if I do this. So this is an agricultural society. This is a militaristic. This is a metropolitan society. Academic. Industrial. Spiritual. Poetic. And then tribal again. So that's what those mean. So what this is doing is this is changing the arrangement of these symbols, which represent the kind of transportation. So this looks like a horse, because this is horse-based travel. This is train-based travel, which I remember because that's how the lights look if the train is coming right at you. This is aerial travel, because the lines shoot upward into the sky. These people don't travel, do they? They just kind of lie flat. What the fuck shape is this? I don't remember that shit at all. This is turtle-based travel because it literally looks like arm, arm, leg, leg, head. Bam, there it is. So this is sea naval travel, because I think of the compass, north, south, east, west, and the in-betweens. This is by road, so like horse-drawn carriages and buggies. It's horse, train, aerial. What the fuck? I don't remember that one at all. So this, yeah, so then the tines represent what kind of weather. So let me actually just arrange it to something that just has more tines on there. There we go. So let's see, so these tines, this is rain. This one, please. Storm. I want to say that's snow. No, that's snow. Previous one is maybe... Oh, that's right. It's hot weather. Because it's like the heat coming up. This is snowy weather. Windy weather. Damn, I don't remember what that one is at all. I gotta go read my book again. This is foggy, though. So then, these are the colors. This far outside ring represents the color. So this is yellow. It's pink or violet. I always confuse the two. This is pink, I think. Red. orange, green, violet, white, black, yellow. Yeah, so like I'm trying to remember. There's a book in the library that just says it, and I normally mostly have it. But for instance, this is Orinda Aries. You can see that these this is the color black. The filled-in dots and the open dots are white. I think I said it reversed actually when I was back there, but whatever. And so this was a metropolitan society that was foggy, that used trains. So you arrange those sigils in this way. So this represents that this is a black keyhole shape, metropolitan, foggy, and then the tines form that shape. And the other one is Fen Aries. So this is the gateway to Fen Aries, which is the same region as it is now. So you can see that it's crossed because they got rid of the trains and now use horse and buggy and road, and it's a militaristic society. And you can see this little wavy thing is the red. That represents red. You get some interesting clues when you get across here. Sort of story of how Herbert has traveled through. So there's little clues in here that I got to start piecing together. Zul 6... Joe 6, Ju 4. Forgive me for completely butchering all that. Says, you just remember all the sigils. I had to screenshot it. Well, let's be on. You know what? Let me puff my chest out a little bit. I have taken no notes and I just memorize everything that's in the game. Now let's be honest. I try to memorize everything in the game. I have pretty good memory and pretty good recall. But it's not perfect. It's not photographic. I forget shit plenty. Hence, like, what you just saw me, like, kind of stumbling through. And I want to lean on my memory, not because I think it's optimal, but because it's this kind of sense of deep satisfaction and intimacy and joy that it brings me to feel like I'm, like, in this world. You know? I just think it's such a wonderful feeling. Why not? Oh, I'm so fucking stupid. I forgot to open the door. Okay, so let's see here. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's fine. I just literally forgot to open the door. But to come back to the question of like what's interesting about this, so like, oh yeah, I can't open this. But like the vault, this is one of the rooms where one of the hidden 8 keys are. Oh yeah, by the way, right here, see, look. And by looking around for clues, oh my gosh, what's so exciting. Nothing better example size, it's from the freezer. Entering furnace for sauna after drafting freezer will thaw. Any frozen gems or gold you are carrying. Once again, are able to use them. However, social accounts we carry over. Warning, if furnace is drafted within a few ranks of freezer, then the temperature will start rising and everything will melt. Boom. That's how we learn that. So, let's see here. Okay, so a few things we need to do. Awkward ass path. Give me that. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for things to light that have this little symbol underneath them in the tomb. What an awesome day. Gorlam says, through that, not that note you mentioned in the laboratory earlier, that's what... So, Gorlam, when I saw that experiment, I kept saying to myself, I should try to run more experiments. I bet you there's some good experiments that I can run in the lab that could probably heat that shit up. And I think that was wrong. Why not? Because what I eventually learned is just by reading that directly, it went, ha, here you go. Here's how it works. All right, let's do our Daver. I cannot imagine the sense of enormous satisfaction on the developer's soul having made this work of art. Alright, let's upgrade something first. Came from space, what do you gain by going to room 46 more after the first time? There's stuff in there. It actually tells you what the remaining of the endgame is. There's items, there's the first key. This is what we want. Because this is just always a good one to have. I don't necessarily want those. I'm not doing this because I'm a fucking coward. Alright. Daver! Alright, let me shoot Rivad. Is that so? Huh. Now let's do this. Let's just do Daver. So it is case sensitive. Excuse me, it's Rivad. But if we do Rivad like that... Okay, so... Here's what my intuition is telling me. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fuck. My intuition is telling me that when I looked at that name and that account and that admin key, my brain just started making some connections between the letters, and then I felt an itch and went, all right, whatever, and moved on. So what I assume is that there is some pattern in the name of the person. Because, like, I love anagrams. So, I played tons of word games in my life. So, like, when I see this, what my brain does is it just starts flipping the letters around, and that's why I immediately said, Daver! So, what if this is actually D-A-V-E-R? So, imagine someone's name is, like, Dave Robinson. Like, if you've ever been, like, at a college or a company where, like, his email would be daver@companyname.com. And here, you know, the idea of having an admin key be your first name backwards. It would be the first letter of your last name, and then the first 4 of your first name backwards, or something like that. That's what I'm seeing here. I'm seeing Dave R. So I want to go back there and confirm that. Because, you know, what I imagine is if it was like Herbert Sinclair. Herbert. Like this. You can see it says Herbert S. You know, like that's the kind of thing my brain is swimming towards. Like Marion Marigold or Mary Marigold. Let's try Myram. All right. All right. So that was not a successful journey, and that's okay. We have 12 steps left. Ooh. I didn't realize that the day would age like this. Oh, shit. Ah! Well, this doesn't help me for shit. God, that looks suspicious. I bet you if I had the power hammer, I could smash that right in. Don't you just want to lean against that and push it in really hard? Have it pop this thing out? Maybe we can get some more... Maybe we can get some turnips. Maybe we can get some damn turnips and get back there. Okay. Okay. New potential advancement just dropped. How many do I need? I would need 1. I could open this, actually. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. And then we need a 15th. No. 14, 15, 16. So we need 16 steps. Kitchen wouldn't do it. Because my shit's frozen. For places to dig, we're looking for candles to light. Oh, shit. Oh, God. Oh. Probably need to go back to school to remember this. I only have little glimmers in my head. Ajja are big and small. Nev and Ven is like 2 or away from. Yeah, I can loosely see the chart in my head, but I can't really summon the letters in my mind. If I looked at this more. Hugh Sinclair. Where's that Hev? Alright, that's so fucking sick. Alright, so this rotates things around itself. And if I press this and oh, so this rotates and these descend. So I just need to do this. Nice. Give me a fucking turnip. Fuck! Oh, lore is word. That lore is like new word. Hugh is house. He is night. Fuck. Ah, God, it's like slowly, like my brain is slowly summoning more shit in my brain. Alright, I'm just checking every nook, every cranny. Oh my god, Ballista. Dude. We're gaming, Ballista, let me tell you. We are one true gamer in this game today. Hear you me. Holy. And this is the torn one. Yeah, we figured out this one. I don't even remember what's down here. Now, the one thing that I was always annoyed by is that I didn't know how to open this. Nothing to light. I mean, it could be as dumb as, like, just pulling on a thing, right? Dang it. Hope Amadeus says, man, I've been watching you down for over a decade, back to SC2 and GOM TV. With you and Tastosis, thanks for being constant. Still here. I ain't going nowhere. Farts. Just gonna look carefully. No spoilers, by the way. No one is spoiling, but just in case any of you were wanting to. Yeah, Trivia Ninja says I'm screaming right now. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel you. I mean, this seems so on the nose. I'm actually probably going to spend a little bit of time in here, and then I'm going to go back to the entrance hall. I'm going to try to get... I don't know. Wait. If I go in here and we get the dead-end bedroom... So, we're going to lose 1, 2... Oh, I don't know. But you know, the frustration is part of the fun. The frustration is part of the fun. Storm has a dig site. Courtyard, this will have some dig sites. The frustration is part of the fun, you know? And here's an example that I hope hits with you, okay? In Dark Souls, it's hard to kill the enemies, but you need to get better, you need to triumph. And when you finally work your way through it and get to that save point, or beat that boss, or finally destroy the 4 kings, feels amazing. And you can imagine if you just said, hey, I'm going to make Dark Souls, but I'm just going to remove all the enemies in the game. You know, it's just like it destroys the fun. The frustration in overcoming it is the point. And maybe Metal Vest says the first 2 times you said the frustration was part of the fun. It sounded like communication to the viewers, but by the 4th time, it felt like you were trying to convince yourself of it. It's more that I wish to be understood. I think I just am not going to get it. I think I'm going to abandon. Alright. Oh, yeah. Say that again once you realize the solution. You know. Feels good to not know. Feels good to not know. And I do believe that. This is one of my superpowers. I'm really comfortable and good at not knowing. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We need to get exactly the bedroom. Okay. Now watch this. This is gonna be close. I opened up this for this very reason. This is gonna be close. See, that's the other side of the door that I can't figure out how to open. How do I do this here? Want to be there? I think I may run out of steps. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna run out of steps. I went the wrong way. I forgot I opened that up. Fuck. Oh, fuck. I actually did have it. Shit, I've completely forgotten about that one. was down there. Okay, so the only way I can see to continue the run, which is right there, is a dig. Be a turnip, be a turnip. Be a turnip! No! Fuck! What a day. So in the tomb, I can get her ladyship's key. We have a theory about the freezer. No clue how to get through the tomb. Man. Didn't even get to use the upgrade disc. It might still be there, Shadowner. I don't know. Well, this is a good ending point. Hello, you playing tonight? This is it, Schoolie. We did it. Ah, ay, 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 frickin' yay. See, Zodiac says all that because we didn't check the guy's name. No, it's that we got a clue. We got so close to seeing it, but now, like, literally, this run is the perfect example of what I adore about this game. There's just, like, more stuff that comes up. More stuff. And, like, that moment where I go, oh my god, how do I get back to the freezer? And then I came up with a plan, but I barely didn't quite have enough steps. And then I remembered, oh wait, I need to go to the other place. But, I mean, we can get the Mechanarium key. Oh, I need to get to room 46 and just re-review the keys. Because the one is at the last rank, the second's in the vault of a bank. Third is high up with the clocks. Fourth is down below, beneath the docks, which we did that. I don't remember fifth and sixth very well. Because the fifth key, or the sixth key, is something about king and his throne. And the sixth is something to be all alone. Can't remember that. Seventh is major if drafted quite late. Eighth is behind the last door of 8. Pretty sure I found keys 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, it's so good. And now I want to go back and do that freezer. This is what's amazing about this game. Now I want to go back and I want to get that freezer. It's great that our furnace is common. Boom. Love that, kind of. But then we can unfreeze. Damn it. Now, I'm going to be playing Blueprint sporadically throughout the year. But we're going to beat this game. We're going to 100% it, baby. See you then. RTS Week resumes tomorrow.